Hello. We have 5 cards today from the Dragon Wisdom deck. The first one is Lost. The second, Dragon Rider. Fire Chalice. Courage. Finally, Bliss. The theme today, it looks like, is from loss, from feeling lost to bliss. Emerging from the shadows to realizing your own inner fire, your own light. Okay, so let's start with the Lost card. There were a few definitions that I looked up, or that appeared for lost. The first one being the state or feeling of grief when deprived of someone or something of value. There may have been a time when you didn't see your innate worth, your own value. You grieved over this. Another definition, a person or thing that is badly missed when lost. So that made me think that maybe you've gone through life, most of your life, feeling like something or someone was missing. So you kept searching to fill that void, to fill that feeling of emptiness, that something or someone that you were looking for was missing. But as you healed, you realized that that something or someone that you were looking for was actually you, the true you. Also, another definition of loss, the process of losing something or someone. Okay, we went through that. So that made me think, okay, maybe you've gone through feelings of losing at life, losing out, so to speak, missing out, feeling behind. And I looked up some synonyms, and one of those synonyms was forgetting. So that made me think of self-abandonment, forgetting yourself, abandoning yourself. You forgot for some time your own inner light, your inner fire and passion for life. Perhaps for a good portion of your life, you had a lack or scarcity mindset. And that was because you didn't see your own innate abundance. You didn't see or recognize your own inner light. Look at these cards, oranges and yellows, so bright, so radiant. But for some time, looking at the predominantly dark coloring, for a lot of your life, you felt quite heavy and dark. Lost in the dark. Then finally, one day, or it may have been a number of times, that you embarked on a healing journey, on a spiritual quest, so to speak. So now you're starting to get your fire back, your inner spark. Your self-worth and confidence are growing. The yellows and oranges, it makes me think of the solar plexus, the sacral chakras, confidence, fire, passion, creation, creativity. Your life force. You felt depleted of that for quite some time, but you're getting it back. Your true self is emerging. So your self-worth and confidence are growing. You're taking steps to show up more in the world. So you're being more courageous. But it was quite courageous and strong of you to make the choice of healing. You're putting up healthy boundaries. You've learned to get up the nerve to say no, realizing that saying no is saying yes to yourself. You're honoring yourself, listening to what feels aligned for you and your path. Let's move on to the Dragon Rider card. This makes me think of freedom. Freedom, inner child. The green dragon makes me think of the heart chakra associated with love and self-love. Love for yourself, love for others. And riding on this, let's imagine this is you and your inner child riding on this dragon here. So now you know that you are supported on this path. Even if currently that support is predominantly from those in the unseen realms. And looking at this card also makes me think of imagination. Your imagination is expanding. Your belief in magic is expanding and growing because you've unleashed your inner child and you're learning to stretch your imagination, to stretch the limits of what you were told by society was possible for you and how you should, quote, should live your life. You've liberated yourself from those false beliefs, those limiting beliefs. You now know what's possible for you. You know that you are innately free. You are a free soul. Returning to the Lost card. The darkness here. That makes me think of shadow work, inner work. So that's what you've been doing. That's what you're doing now. Look at this black dragon here hovering menacingly over this beautiful unicorn. But the unicorn doesn't look frightened to me. It's glowing. It's lit up. This glowing horn there. It's in touch with its innate energy of purity, beauty, and love. I imagine that this is you. This is you. This is what you're realizing about yourself. Your innate purity, beauty, and love. That's coming alive, coming online within you. You're realizing this about yourself. And this horn makes me think of the third eye, and also it's reaching up to the heavens. So you know that you are connected to Source. You know that also Source energy flows through you. You are a vessel of the divine. You are a divine vessel. And this card also made me think, and this is what you realized on your healing journey, your spiritual quest to find your true self. You realized that you needed the darkness to awaken you to your own light. That's one of the ways that we learn on this earth plane, through contrast. Moving on to the fire chalice. I looked up the symbolism of fire chalice. Transformation, purification, divine presence. That word divine presence, or those two words, divine presence, that made me think that indeed you are definitely not alone. You are supported and guided. Again, makes me think of the dragon. You're riding on the back of the dragon. You were supported and guided, held lovingly by your spirit team. And it made me think of the words, I will carry you. I will carry you. That's how much you are supported and cherished. But now the thought popped into my mind that those are the words that, or the same idea that you, on your healing journey, communicated to your inner child. You have learned to reparent your inner child, your wounded inner child. I will carry you. You are safe with me. We are riding to freedom together. I will never abandon you. Continuing on with what I read about the fire chalice symbolism. It represents the burning away of impurities. Yes, the purifying energy of fire. And the nurturing of divine energy, embodying the essence of life and the feminine principle of receptivity. The chalice serves as a sacred vessel that holds the divine spark. That is you. You are the sacred vessel. You are the divine spark. Divine spark. Let me start again. The chalice serves as a sacred vessel that holds the divine spark, nurturing it and transforming it, encouraging individuals to be open to receiving divine guidance. Yes, your third eye is opened up. You're receiving divine guidance. You're very intuitive. I keep interrupting myself. Let me start again. The chalice serves as a sacred vessel that holds the divine spark, nurturing it and transforming it, encouraging individuals to be open to receiving divine guidance and blessings. Additionally, the flaming chalice, particularly in the context of Unitarian Universalism, symbolizes freedom. Freedom from religious oppression and the light of truth. Overall, the fire chalice is a powerful symbol of inner change, rebirth, and the connection to the divine. So lots of reference again to freedom, connecting to the divine. Freeing yourself from oppressive thoughts. Seeing the light of truth. The light of truth. Of what you truly are. You're not so much a who, you are a what. You are the frequency of love. This is your true frequency, bliss. And that is unfolding for you. That is unfolding within you. Courage. It took strength and courage to heal. To choose yourself, finally. Like I mentioned before, maybe it took you several tries, more than one try, to continue on your self-healing journey. It may have taken you several tries, or you avoided healing for a long time, afraid of what you'd have to see and face, so afraid to face your shadows. Perhaps you'd lose yourself even more, to be driven into a deeper state of despair and emptiness if you took a good, long, and brutally honest look at yourself, your life, your relationships, your pain and traumas. I may never emerge from this darkness. That may have been one of your fears, one of your thoughts, and maybe why you avoided for some time going within. But you did. You did. This is a Bible verse from the English Standard Version. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Looking at this verse, looking at the word death, it reminded me of the death card in the tarot, which represents transformation. And this is what we've been talking about your transformation, your rebirth, your emergence, emerging from the shadows, to be reborn into what you truly are. The manifestation of bliss. So thinking of this card, the death card, and its representation of transformation, it made me think of you're fearing your shadows, of facing your shadows, your inner demons, so to speak. But maybe there was also a fear deep inside you of realizing your true power. The rod and staff in the verse that I read to you, that made me think of the magician's wand. You have the power to create with the divine and their magical supporting hand a blissful life, your own heaven on earth. But you went, despite the fear of your own power, despite the fear of facing your shadows and thinking that you would be pushed even deeper into the pit of despair. If you dared, if you had the courage to look within, but you did. You chose yourself. You chose to heal. And here you are. A divine incarnation, exuding bliss. That is your true essence. That is your true energy. Bliss also makes me think of blessings. You are a blessing. And you realize this. It is coming from a place of divine knowing. You know yourself now. You know what's true for you and of you. What a beautiful story you're creating for yourself, from loss to bliss. And so it is.